Hey guys, it's me T coming at you with a little bit of a reading for today into tomorrow. Today is August 6th. You might be dealing with a Libra today, or Libra energies, that type of thing. May they be high vibed only. That's what we're inviting in. Only. And what was I going to say here? I was going to say that if you hear background noise, it's just normal because it's not just me in the house. And also, what I was going to say is, what was I going to say? This reading is basically doing it like it's from Saturday, August 6th, 2022 to Sunday, and basically midday, so 3 o'clock today, right? Eastern Standard Time, to August 7th, which is tomorrow, a Sunday. All right, and the theme of today is helpful people in travel. Theme of tomorrow is career. All right, so that's basically what we can essentially come down to. Give me one moment. Okay. And, all right, so hi, Smith. Awesome. Okay. All right, so let's start with the Midway Happy Way, which is going to be probably the transitional energy, okay, of both cards. And it is remain positive, okay? I feel like things are kind of crumbling a little bit in terms of like all around you. Like there's like a ending and new beginnings. Today the moon is in Scorpio, and tomorrow the moon is probably going to be in Capricorn, is it? I don't know. No, Sagittarius, sorry. If it's not still in Scorpio tomorrow, then it'll be in Sagittarius, which is, I fucking love Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Those are my fucking, like, super just, I love those vibes, all of them. So I love that they come in consecutively, okay? So, remain positive. Ooh, okay. On a yin level, which is today, and I've been feeling it too, I'm like, if shit is going awry, then new things must be coming in. Which we have to kind of just be, I might have to turn on the fan because I'm super hot in here. And give me a second because I'm gonna have to just, I can't handle it. I'm sorry. So if you hear that in the background too, I apologize, but it's just gonna have to be the way that it has to be, and I'll try to yell a little bit. So, and by the way, we know that things are crumbling and tumbling because the heat is getting real in terms of, like, you know, if people, like the people that are the unicorns, I feel, are feeling the heat, like, really fucking extremely. So there's some sort of, you know, once again, turning a diamond into an actual high vibe shining diamond. That's all I can say. And so we're going to keep shining, and maybe through us, in terms of why we are in a certain place at a certain time, is how the big happy changes come about, because maybe without us it can't happen. And even if you're revved up and ready to go today, and like you're doing a good job on your own, there are going to be outside factors that will have you really kind of, I don't know, I feel like that'll have you really kind of like say like, oh fuck, like really out loud, like you'll just be like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to go through this shit when we really have it kind of as together as possible, always constantly working on better, but somehow it's like the better just is not sticking. So today I feel like shit is crumbling within and of itself. Like there's tower moments I feel happening, because of the fact that there are just new happy changes, new big happy changes, along with new vibes coming through, to replace those crazy, crumbling energies. I don't know how else to say it. So I'm grateful for it, but it's also super annoying. Oh my god, this is crazy. So you know how I mentioned Libra vibes at the beginning? The Yang card is compromise, and it's literally an angel with a scale, holding a scale out with two different, I guess, plates on it, or is that even called a scale? I feel like the scale is the entire thing, but I don't know what the individual sides are called. So, a long story short, you really might be dealing with a Libra. There really might be some compromising needing to happen, but I feel like the compromising that's happening is you're saying shit out loud for the Libra that is fucking not willing to say anything because they're keeping it on the inside. So that's where the compromise is. It's I think part of the reason why you are where you are is because you are speaking truth for the person that can't fucking speak their truth. So just again, Spirit is bringing me back to remain positive, because I think things are going to be really, they're going to be, what is it called? It feels like fucking hell. I'm going to just put it that way. When it's really not, I can be really dramatic, but also I'm not really that dramatic because I know what is possible, right? And I know that things can be done. You just have to stay proactive about it. You know what I'm saying? And and I'm of the reality that problems are going to happen, they're going to come about. But if you know that they're going to come about, why are you causing more issues for yourself? Because it makes no sense. At the end of the day, would you want to be enjoying your prolonged treatment of whatever blessings you have going on? Or do you want to have them fucking crumble before your eyes so that you're constantly in the cycle of having to rebuild again and having to fucking do the fucking hard work for no reason? And a lot of the times it's a lot, it's too much, you know what I'm saying? And so long story short, the day could be about treatment of things. It could be about pissed offness of things in terms of just how things are kind of showing up in your life when you're really the one that's super proactive about trying to not only balance, but really treat everything as best as possible, and yet still the crumbling fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you that we just live in an imperfect world, and all you have to do, and it's hard for me to say that, but at this point, is just remain as positive as possible and call it a day. I think that's basically your focus. That's all you can really do at this point, because everything is so fucking up in the air. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting as if, the Matrix? I'm getting as if or I don't know if this happened in the Matrix, but when shit fucking blows up in a movie and then it freezes, it's all scattered and it's frozen in midair, and then you can pause and you can turn the image around and it spins, but yet the objects are still the objects that just exploded in front of your face are still there. I feel that's the type of shit that you're in. It's just kind of there's just fucking chaos. There's just remnants, there's fragments of fucking chaos all around, and yet you're just you're literally being guided to just fucking remain positive. Just be just laugh at it. It's the sprinklings of explosion. You know what I'm saying? And the eerie thing about this is that you are probably the one that sees it, and that probably are the one that's willing to do all of what it takes to solve it. But there's somebody in the way, maybe a Libra, that actually it just wants it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It's the change that they don't want to see improve, and that's the best way I can put it. And that type of energy gets in the way of you really trying to do the best that you possibly could to quote unquote save the circumstances. But at this point, I don't think there's any saving of the circumstances. I just think that Spirit is just like, yo, just remain positive. If that's all that you can do right now, and maybe that's really hard for you to do because you're so proactive. It's like, because that's like an invisible thing, but yet we really don't put the effort forth in terms of realizing that emotionally to stay afloat and remain positive is still fucking a lot of work. People don't realize, I met a person a long time ago, and I will always repeat this. A person that I met a long time ago said to me, we don't realize what thin line there is between the positive and the negative, which is kind of like anybody is literally prone to fucking going in, like to drowning in the fucking deep end at any given moment. Like, we're never taught that, but the thing is, that's really the reality of it, is like we really have to at this point stay positive, remain positive, have that be in the air more so, because the positive will fuck up the negative full throttle. And that's how and I know that sounds like in a negative tone, but my whole thing is, it's a very realistic tone in terms of also what The Secret has taught us very much so, along the way in our life, is that what is it? One positive thought can fucking negate any and all negatives, like, negativos around it. I don't know, like a negative energy around it. So that's what I choose to believe in. I choose to believe in the big happy change. But to get there, it really might be a little bit of a transformation that may not be a transformation that you're like willing to go through, but it is what it is, and you're just gonna have to just remain positive, which is, a good deal compared to like what a lot of other people are fucking dealing with. And so with that being said, I'm down for the big happy changes. I'm down to remain positive. And I'm really kind of no longer down for compromising, to be honest with you, because I have been such a compromiser in general. I think I always might be, but my whole thing is I'm no longer compromising on anything the fuck that I'm asking for, because of the fact that it's like, I was open and available for a very long time to like see whatever comes in, like, I'd be grateful for whatever, and not whatever, like still good things, but it's kind of like, when you're asked to choose between, like, let's say, like levels, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking cars. So like if somebody gives you a brand new Chevy Aveo and versus a brand new Jeep, you know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is for a very long time I was like, I don't give a fuck, they're both cars. I'd like literally, be so grateful for either one of them if somebody gave me one of the new ones. Like, it's not even, or a one in general, like it would be new for me. I wouldn't give a shit. But at this point in time, I'm kind of like, you know what? My dream car is a fucking Jeep. I'm gonna get that motherfucking Jeep. You know what I'm saying? And so, with fully loaded and motherfucking, I don't care how much gas it takes. I don't care how much, it's gonna cost insurance-wise. I don't care how, I do care in how I'm gonna get that money, of course, like in terms of, like, I want to have love, happiness, and money, and I think that all exists, and for it to be prolonged. So my whole thing is, it's like, I'm literally expecting what it is that I want now. Not really open to compromising anymore. I am gonna get what I'm gonna get in terms of, like, that's just how it is. If I don't have the fucking finances for it, I don't give a shit. Somehow it's gonna happen. And so my whole thing is, it's like, I just have to put out, by remaining positive, I just have to put out exactly what it is that I want, yet again, you know what I'm saying, continuously. Not to say that the universe isn't working on it, but I think, sometimes the compromising can be a wishy-washy energy. And now, and this is why I'm so grateful for my pissed offness, because my pissed offness gets me very clear in terms of what it is that I want. This was coming through actually yesterday into today, I feel, where it's like you're demanding, you're like speaking, like the way that I'm speaking right now is because I went through a lot of shit and I'm not fucking willing to take more shit, right? It's like, this is, I'm not asking for shit and I'm asking for all the good things. So once I start getting them, I can calm the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, it's like, and maybe, and I actually, even when I'm talking like this, I remain calm, right? I am positive about it. It's just that it's pissing me off in terms of how long I had to fucking wait for it, but also it's pissing me off when I have to not only be wishy-washy in my own head sometimes, but then also be around wishy-washy energy around me that, like, doesn't fucking believe, or that drags me the fuck down when I'm trying to fucking really put my focus on believing. So the whole thing is, it's like there's that, you know what I'm saying? There's that. And so when it comes down to it, I just feel like there's an anger there that's a positive anger that's helping me to remain positive, so that I can literally call in everything that I fucking deserve at this point, all that is well, because it's fucking nuts at this point for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, if you're a proactive person and you've been asking and it's not being given, there's a fucking problem. There's a fucking huge problem, and I don't know what the fuck the problem is, but it's pissing me off because I don't know how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is just remain calm, remain positive, remain detached from it all. Take a fucking break. I think I'm definitely gonna have to take a break today, and you know, and probably start back up tomorrow or something, because this is a lot of energies being dealt with, and I'm getting all too pissed off and riled up, and I don't really need, I don't need that shit. Like, I can literally so easily be calm and not give a fuck and be super silent, which is my ideal, you know what I'm saying? But also, here goes the glasses. I'm putting my glasses on, so we'll see what the fuck comes about in terms of what extra I get to see. But this is just something that there just needs to be big. This is you calling in big happy changes. That's what I feel. Thank you, Spirit. That's exactly what it is. This is not something that, you know, that you can wait around for anymore. This is something like, you know, you're calling the shots, and the whole thing is, you know, God bless, because we need the people who fucking actually know what the fuck they want, believe in what the fucking happen, and know what the fuck, you know, they, like, what their vision is in terms of what it is that they are going to get. Spirit is bringing me to the compromise card. We're dealing with the pink in terms of the yin energy. We're dealing with the purples in terms of the yang energy. So that's basically like a whole chakra cleanse. And in the middle, it's remain positive, which is a green framed card, and one of my favorite greens. And my whole thing is that I feel like there's some sort of, you know, clearing of the heart chakra going on. So basically all the chakras are being tended to, but specifically I'm going to say the compassion chakra, which is basically, I like to say, like below, like at your feet. I feel like compassion chakra is at your feet, even though people don't talk about it, or it's like at your feet and or below your, it would be like if you had balls and they were hanging. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like where compassion would be. Like, that chakra would be like in your balls energy. You know what I'm saying? But it does, if you think about it, it does take fucking a whole lot of balls to have compassion in this life, for sure. Even when you don't fucking want to have compassion, it takes a whole lot of balls to have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet, but I can do that through meditation for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing mane in remain positive. So either there's something with the hair going on, or but the first thing that I felt into was there's like a mane something. Like I heard, like I was thinking like main man, but there's like, I think there's like a mane, like I don't know, maybe like your main person is coming in. Let me just give you a second. Oh, mane could be with horses, not hair. Okay, so mane, but also mane as in, I'm really thinking main person, like main man, like maybe be also in your main moment. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yes, that's what it means. Love each moment. That's basically what the message is here. Definitely just put love into each moment. That's all. That's how you can remain positive. Give me 1 second. There is some kind of, and I'm getting golden jewels coming in. I don't know what that is. Golden jewels. And I'm going to say both from the knowledge and helpful people in travel. So I feel like that's what's being united in terms of the scale is knowledge, spirituality, and self-love, along with helpful people in travel. There is an enlightenment coming in too, where I just feel like I just feel like there's like light coming through a window. So I don't know what that means, but maybe it's like through the brain. Like there's like, you know how they say, oh, it could be light through your eyes because of the fact that, you remember how the saying goes, that the eyes are the window to the soul. There could be light coming from within your eyes. Or maybe a person that you know or is of spirituality and self-love, along with helpful people in travel. There's a person that maybe has light in their eyes today in terms of just a twinkle or an enlightenment type of deal. There's light coming through the eyes. Oh, actually, yes. And then also what I'm hearing and I'm also seeing at the same time is center of the head, which makes a lot of sense because Libra energies, they rule the third eye. So center of the head, it makes a lot of sense. So I feel like the eyes and the third eyes, the third eye along with the eyes. Yeah, the eyes and the third eye. So there's something, I guess that's what the big happy change is. If you put the two eyes together in the third eye, that actually creates a triangle, like an upward pointing triangle, which means that there's a lot of change. So the big happy changes card makes a lot of sense with this reading, that it's there. So so use your mind to think, to basically remain positive. Use your two eyes and your third eye. By the way, I just want to mention that a lot of you might be in the dark, like completely in the dark about their life and how it's gonna fucking, which direction is the right direction for you to take. Like, for instance, I don't know why, but like, I saw that, oh my god, this is crazy. I saw that Kim Kardashian and, this is nuts. Kim Kardashian and fucking, what's his name? Pete Davidson. They literally broke up, but it's crazy because the moon is in Scorpio. He's a Scorpio, and she is, and she's a Libra, and we're talking about Libra vibes. And they broke up, like, whatever, recently. But if you ask me, I knew that they were gonna fucking break up because comedians can't really date females that are not self-aware. And I'm not saying Kim Kardashian isn't self-aware. I'm saying a lot of Libras tend to be not self-aware because they're like in the ethers. So like they kind of like, it's not like one of their strengths or one of their priorities. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is also like, so one is like an air sign, the other one's a water sign. So air usually doesn't even get emotional at all because they're too busy in the air, right? And the Scorpio, like, so she could be really high up, and he could be really, really deeply, like, down in the fucking depths of the water. You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking like how it would be in nature, she is the sky and he is the fucking deep ass mermaid under the water, right? The underworld, you know? And those two, if they were to meet in the middle and I guess ground themselves in the earth type of thing, then maybe it could happen. But you know, again, the compromising, a lot of people I feel like are not willing to compromise anymore, and I feel as though the compromising is a good thing if you can do it with a person that can meet you halfway in the middle. But there's no compromising anymore with people that just habitually don't meet you in the middle or just cannot. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the capacity. So the whole thing is, it makes a lot of sense why that their relationship was short term or not long lived. I don't know how else to fucking say it. Because of the fact that it's their actual zodiac sign. But also, I was just gonna say that, you know, comedians really can't date outside. They can't date like non-comedians. I've like put that shit together, and that's kind of like me too. Like, I'm not like a comedian, but I am of the comedian type. Like, I don't have to get up on the stage, even though I'm thinking maybe I should at this point. I don't fucking know. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? But at the same time, just because we're too woke, we're fucking too woke. So it's like, my whole thing is, it's like, you can try to date a non-comedian because, you know, like if Pete Davidson was like so interested in Kim because of the fact that she's hot, you know what I'm saying? God bless. I'm not knocking it. My whole thing is, it's like there just won't be that depth there, and you can't. It's too annoying. It's too obnoxious to be with a person that doesn't have depth when you are of depth. And that's what makes comedians so woke, is they are of depth, right? So the whole thing is, it's like, so basically that just wouldn't work out, just essentially. So, and it's funny because comedians are like, oh, comedians can't date comedians, and I'm like, bitch, you best date a comedian, because that's the only way that you can get through this fucking life together, instead of fucking, you know what I'm saying? Or like, date a person that like maybe should get on a fucking stage and has not been on a stage, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Like, you could date a person like that, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is, you know, it would just be tough for a long term, and I'm always looking for long term. I don't fucking want short term nothing, because that short term still involves effort, and if I'm going to be putting in effort, I'd rather have long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who's to say what long term is? But at least you would want to be with somebody that you're like, okay, like I wouldn't mind putting in the work for this person, for myself, when it comes to uniting with this person. But other than that, like, I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because when we say long term could be so many different things. Long term it's actually, maybe what I'm trying to say is, long term is what you ideally would want, but you can't really expect it because things can happen. You're not in charge, right? So you can work towards it, and you can give it all the quality that you would want to, as if you were to live this life long term. But at the end of the day, anything can happen in terms of, you know, God taking you out of here, fucking things just not working out, you know, whatever. I'm just, the main one is God taking you out at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have to love each moment. And if you do decide to, like, you know, cognizantly go into a relationship of which you know is short term, which, you know, again, I'm still proud of fucking Pete Davidson, for instance, because, like, I feel like he knew, because Scorpios are also intuitive, as are Libras, believe they're different intuitives, and but I feel like, you know, like, Scorpios know what the fuck, so I feel like Pete Davidson knew that shit wasn't gonna go, like, it wasn't gonna be long term, but, like, he took an opportunity and like he fucking rode that wave out for as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? And then, and I mean, I don't know what happened there or whatever. I'm never going to even speculate in terms of what happened, but I'm only going to like stick to the fact that it's, it's a sign thing. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why you have to always be open and receptive to what the signs are. And if you are of different elements, then then the both of you, in terms of partnerships, both partners need to be completely okay with figuring out what element makes you two meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And then do that. Like, for instance, like, you know how I said Earth would really kind of combine what's it called, like the elements of water and air. It would be like Earth, you know what I'm saying? Or like topical emotions, you know what I'm saying? That like if they were to be in the forest together, like they would do a lot more of that, to kind of just be with one another in terms of grounding, rather than, oh, come to where I'm at, or come to where I'm at. It's like my whole thing is like, so when it comes down to it, when we're talking compromise, I am a professional at compromising, but also at this point, I want to stop my compromising because I feel like we're leaving me out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. It's like, we're leaving me out, where I don't feel like being put to the side for, any given moment, let alone years, let alone, hours, let alone, time in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being put to the side. And sometimes I feel like when you're willing to compromise, it's kind of like a sacrifice that you're like putting yourself to the side, of which I'm not fucking putting myself to the side. I'm not ever actually going to put myself to the side again, anymore, any longer. Like, that is definitely a solid, decision being made, just because, the people that's very interesting that you compromised with are really not fucking appreciative of it. They never would be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not willing to wait around for that. But also, I've done it for way too fucking long, to where it's like, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you could be compromising, just in general with another person for tomorrow or later on tonight, but it's more so for tomorrow. And maybe that's a good thing. Like, maybe it would be a good thing. I'm just always bringing you the negative first, so that you can kind of think about that shit, feel into it, and if it is a negative, be real with yourself that it's a negative, and go, like, make a decision towards, that's a nay, folks. You know what I'm saying? Again, there's a lot of horse vibes, so there's definitely spirit coming through. I think I believe there's movement. There's definitely spirit power coming through, horsepower. I feel like there's a lot of, the word trotting is coming through. It's like, maybe somebody's, again, with the big happy changes, when do you trot? When you're happy, like, do, 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 do. And so, that was my trotting noise. And so maybe there is trotting going around, you know what I'm saying? So just stay centered in your happy, do what makes you happy today. And that's all you can do. I'm just trying to think. There are beginning vibes coming through. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like gifts are coming to you, but it's so funny because the way that these are coming to you, I don't know how to express this. It's like, so coral, how coral is like beautiful, but it's like spiky, or like succulents. I think these are more succulents. These are more like the remain positive is like, this angel is giving you like over some sort of succulents, but the succulents are like cactusy, right? But just imagine at the tips of the cactus points that there are like, sparkles at the tips of them. So it's kind of like a cactus bouquet, you know what I'm saying, being given to you, and it's it's being delivered in a very like, you know, like here you go, like abundant type of way. But that's, I think, where the whole aspect of, you know, the big happy changes, just they're coming in. They look a little crazy. Like, no one would say like, oh, cactus is such a like a gentle flower. It's like, no, bitch, like it's like happy it can grow a flower, you know what I'm saying? It's a remain positive, but also be a little bit sparkly, or be a little bit pointy, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, I guess you might feel a little bit like on the inside, you might feel a little bit like you are a cactus, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're feeling prickly. Thank you. But the prickly is it's not a bad thing. It's just more so, I guess, like, you know, really having to defend or fend for yourself, or really just kind of being annoyed by something, you know what I'm saying? But even through it, just and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like annoyances, like minor fucking annoyances, but they're really like egging you on like a lot, or it's like rubbing you the wrong way. But again, just through it, remain positive. I think that's what I'm getting also. There's also peacock vibes coming through, which is like beauty, essentially. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like a person's like main person is coming in, because with the peacock vibes, like when they're mating, they want you to see the peacock feathers, you know what I'm saying? So maybe somebody's coming in like wanting you to see them, type of thing. I'm also hearing jolt. There's like a jolt, so maybe I'm telling you, I think there's really quick changes coming about, which I'm grateful for. And there's a lot of light coming through, which is like divine white light of protection. Amen. Heavenly light. But also, it's really crazy because it's coming through through your crown, then, you know, above again. And not only that, but it's, when I say it's coming above, it's coming like even through you, like your soul is shining out. It's like radiating out. So there's just just remain positive, because things are about to get better. I'm gonna say that instead of are gonna get better, they're about to get better. That's how I feel. And they're about to get better for, like, especially for those Scorpios that, like, I feel like are the what is it called? The Firebird, what is it called? The Firebird that like resurrects. I forgot what it's called. It's not coming to me right now. Alright, so that's it. I am done. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Thank you so much, and bye!